So there were people out there with whistles. They saw ICE agents. What situation was she even? We don't even know if she was a part of trying to be an observer or if she got caught up in all these vehicles all of a sudden. I don't know.
Yeah, and I've seen literally 20 or so different videos from people who were there, different angles, different things you can hear, and nothing that I see. It at this point, it doesn't even. If something had occurred prior, like you have these people already jumping up and saying, you don't know what happened before. What happened before people started filming? What happened? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when we see the body camera footage. Oh, that's right. They probably won't. We're like, oh, wait, that won't happen.
Right.
So all we have is what to work with is what we see. But nothing that I saw would tell me that agent who jumped in front of her car with his weapon already drawn while she was turning her car away from them.
And she was also dealing with the two cops on the side of her who did you see video or hear them yelling, get out of the way, get the F out of the way, and then get out of your car. So they were giving her conflicting orders too.
Each of them was saying something different. You can hear it. And that's a problem that they teach us when we go to training all the time. There's always one contact officer and one person giving commands to prevent that kind of confusion from going on. And that's the problem. Make no mistake about it. They are not law enforcement. And for my law enforcement community out there who wants to keep supporting ICE and saying people just need to do what they're told, she should have just stopped it. They're not doing law enforcement any favors. You already have law enforcement being compared to, oh, look at ICE. See, all police are bad. I'm sorry. You know how much training and extra training law enforcement has had to go through because of this?
You specifically have gone through this training and learned how to de-escalate, how to approach a car, how to deal with a dangerous situation, how to handle somebody who is having. She probably had adrenaline too. These guys are all wearing different uniforms, and by the way, some of them it says police. The guy who shot her it says police. So they're not even properly identified. All of it,
and each of them doesn't even know the reason for the other officer's contact, which is the problem, right? Right now, let's say something happened in Chicago or in the city with a municipal police department, and I'm sent to respond to a scene.
Right.
Everyone else responding knows what it is I'm responding to because everyone hears the call. So when they get there, they know what's going on. With these ICE agents, you know what they're reacting to? The other ICE agents' stupidity and nonsense. And so they're all on 100, and it's all an ego trip. Like, it seems like they were just all angry. I'm sorry, I'm fired up. It just makes me mad. But that they were upset because she just didn't stop. Well, you're charging at her car. Initially, she's like waving on, thinking they want to go by.
She had her arm out the car.
Yeah, she was trying to tell them go around.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
No, why are you sorry?
It's just frustrating.
And to your point about everyone saying this is law enforcement, it does put law enforcement in greater danger. It puts people who do have the legal right to be out there, whether it's with whistles or alerting their neighbors, or as observers. So everyone, I have people. I thought of the friends that I have in Chicago who are out there. I have a friend who got caught in a caravan of vehicles, and he was panicked because he was like, "Are they gonna?" He doesn't know if they're gonna stop, and then because we saw that all over Chicago where they were driving into people and then accusing them of causing a situation.
My daughter was at Dunkin' Donuts. She pulled in and these other cars pulled in. There were like 4 trucks and she's like, Mom, I froze in my car.
Yeah.
And they broke the driver's side window. And
what?
I'm like,
I didn't know this.
Yeah, at Dunkin' Donuts near in River Grove. Mm-hmm.
Carmen.
They broke the window and took the 2 guys out and then ended up letting the guys go. Broken window and all.
Yeah, because they had nothing. They just want to scare people. They are sloppy. They are aggressive.
They are dangerous. That's the bottom line. They are dangerous. And they're dangerous for everyone, including law enforcement. It's not a good look for us. We cannot, all the work that law enforcement has done to repair the damage that for years we also contributed to, whether it was on purpose or whether it was whatever, all the training and everything and all the work we've done and these...
Do you think, so there are cops here, and I saw, a talking head on television say, well, if municipalities, like if Chicago or Minneapolis would just cooperate with, like if they would just coordinate law enforcement with ICE agents, but why do we want to put our law enforcement members in more danger
I'm
with
sorry,
people who aren't
we
trained.
have to follow the Constitution, which means we cannot just stop people and pull them out of their cars and shoot them because they're trying to get away.
Is that me or you?
No, that was me.
That's
a loud vibrating noise. I apologize.
Oh no, only because my son Stephen Declan were at the hospital. Declan had his ear ruptured at school today. Like he has an ear infection
in it.
Yeah, and I'm a poor boy, so I wasn't sure if that was me.
No,
but
it's me.
it's just so.
It was a text saying, "Take a breath." The text, take a breath. I said, okay.
Well, tell that person we're going to take a breath in about 5 minutes because we're going to switch gears just briefly and we'll come back to this conversation. We're going to talk to some folks from Faulty Towers, the dining experience. I know you're not familiar with this. I grew up on, my parents watched like PBS like all the time, upstairs, downstairs. And the original Doctor Who's, it was the one with the scarf, was the one that was showed on PBS here. Yeah. And Faulty Towers with John Cleese. Basil! All that kind of. So I grew up on that. And there's an improv show. So we're going to talk about that. And maybe it's, just a little bit of distraction so that we can all breathe. But I'm back in rage mode. The mayor of Minneapolis, it was wild to watch the news today because he said, I've seen the video. They're spinning this as self-defense and it's BS. And then Stephen Miller, Donald Trump, and Kristi Noem out there immediately saying she attacked them.
And she weaponized her vehicle. And first of all, she was turning this way. The other agent came out of nowhere, ran in front of it and pulled his gun, and she still steered away.
Yeah, even as she was dying. And there's reports now that they were not allowing people to go help her.
Well, in one of the videos, you see a gentleman running towards the car to help, and the other ones came and they pulled him away. And there's reports. I don't know if those are true because we don't. So I don't know how much time before they let EMS get to her, but.
And they're. The courts here in Illinois, I know there was a judge in Illinois that demanded that Bovino come in every day at 6. And I even kind of thought, like, he's going to blow right through that. I didn't see that happening. And then, of course, one of the courts said that's too much. But why? Why? 2,000 agents have been sent to Minneapolis. Joan was talking about this earlier on the Jonas Esposito show. They were talking about how Minneapolis, we thought it was going to be Chicago, but Minneapolis has been such a target because of this BS Nick Shirley video of him going to a daycare center and demanding entry. Yeah, there's fraud all over the country. Nobody went after. They were talking about Brett Favre in Mississippi and all that stuff with their welfare fraud. Yeah. How about Rick Scott in Florida? How about the hundreds of millions of dollars that these people? I mean. I don't like the whataboutism.
Yeah, we're not looking at Florida.
But all I hate the whataboutism. But your selective rage is crap. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's not rage. It's selective, but it's not selective rage.
That's just. At any rate, Minneapolis has and my concern is when this story broke is because Minneapolis, with the George Floyd situation, with the riots there were instigators within that crowd, people taking advantage. I feel like they are trying to provoke us into martial law.
But that's what the issue is, because this happened just a few blocks away from the George Floyd incident. And so that's why you have people saying, and that's why I say it's so dangerous for law enforcement, all the work that even that state has done and that city has done to try to repair the relationship with the community. Yeah. And now you have people out there, rightfully so. See, you can't trust police. Look, they're out here doing just a few blocks away from this. I'm like, I'm sorry, ICE is not the police. When they come here, they're not the police. No, our officers are much better than that.
I agree. Even our officers have gotten caught up with tear gas. They're doing their best. I mean, I know that there are some, especially retired officers, who want to call all the shots and say, well,
and when they're not in uniform, you don't think they're being targeted? You know how many officers are of the color or nationality that ICE is targeting? You know how many officers have been caught up off duty?
I haven't heard of any, but are they talking about it?
No, they don't talk about it. They talk about it privately.
Let's get our first call from Jim, and then we're going to go to Jim, do you want to talk to us now, or can you wait till after we talk to our friends from Faulty Towers?
Faulty Towers is better what I'm going to talk about. Anyway, go ahead. I'll wait.
Okay, let me get you at 5:30, my friend. Thank you so much. Our first call was with Jim. We might get a theme song for Jim because he's always the first call. If you're like, how come you always take Jim first? Because Jim calls first. Yeah. How about you sit there with your phone ready to dial as soon as we come out of weather? Huh? Don't. What?
Jim wants to participate. It doesn't matter
He's
what
ready.
we're talking about. He's
That's
ready
right.
to talk.
Oh, he will switch gears in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
He would have gone for Faulty
That's
Towers.
what we want.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Thank you to our sponsors who make these conversations possible. Sorry about all the yelling, but I think you would all agree. Source Solar, Peter Sorellis and Warren Price, who were in studio again this week. I was not crawling on the console, just so you know. That's no one knows what happened that day. But at any rate, Peter Sorellis and Warren Price making appointments for the spring to see if you can get some solar panels on your house or your business. Go to source.solar and learn more. Also want to thank our friends at Pride Coffee Roasters. Have you had your coffee yet? You're just from
No, I'm
you're just
waiting
from
for
Haiti,
the
right?
grinder because
You have a grinder?
No, So
do you have a blender?
I told Mike I told my husband when I brought it home. I'm like, can you find a coffee grinder? He goes, we have. I'm like, go find it for me because I need to taste this coffee.
I use my blender. I have a Ninja blender. You pulse it.
Really?
Yeah, you can pulse it in your blender, baby.
Oh, I didn't
That's
know
how.
that.
Yeah, you can get it fine. You can make it kind of it depends on what you need. Because I use a French press, so that is a sort of a chunkier grind. Yeah, you can use your blender.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Send it back, and I'll put it in my blender for you.
No, my husband's getting me the grinder.
All right. Oh, get a grinder. Yeah, sorry. She doesn't want to use a blender. She wants a grinder. Get her a grinder. Pride Coffee Roasters makes just such great coffee. It's making wonderful aromas in Carmen's pantry right now, making everything smell fantastic. Mine has notes of blueberry cobbler, chocolate malt, and a warming spice because it's the resist movement blend. Because we need to resist more than ever. You're going to need your coffee, people. Sorry, get your coffee on. It's pridecoffeeroasters.com. We also want to thank our friends at Minneapolis Brewing Company, MinneapolisBrewingCompany.com. I wrote a piece called Wide Awake. I want to thank everyone for the really kind words that you've sent my way. I got a text today from Representative Stephanie Kifowit. It's kind of a TLDR piece, folks, so thank you for bearing with me, but that's available on Substack with my goofy little face in front of a brick wall. You'll see the picture. So go to MinneapolisBrewingCompany.com. More with our guest co-host Carmen Navarre Gercone, our law enforcement expert. There's no better day to have her in studio today. Coming up in a moment, we'll talk to our friends from Faulty Towers, the dining experience. We'll take a breath, a little bit of self-care by going to laugh and enjoy this wonderful performance.
Stephanie Miller.
I get to say my favorite sentence in the entire world. Here comes Kathy Griffin, hero of democracy. Hello.
How are we going to do this? Because I know we're both going to want to talk at the same time because it's a love fest. I am so in love with you. You are so important and wonderful and funny and brilliant, and you are who I aspire to be.
No, you.
When I grow up, I want to be you.
No, you.
Stephanie Miller. Weekday mornings, 8 to 11 on WCPT 820.
If you're purchasing a new home or refinancing your existing home, you need to call Team Hochberg, your trusted local lender. Suzanne called after hearing me explain discount points on my radio show because her son was purchasing a home in Colorado. I answered Suzanne's questions and encouraged her son to call me for a free consultation. Suzanne was so impressed with the service I provided, she wrote this 5-star Google review. Quote, I sent David an email today with a question about discount points that I heard him talk about on his radio show. And he called me back this evening with a complete explanation. I'm so impressed with his responsiveness and knowledge. Thank you, Suzanne, for the amazing review. I strongly encourage everyone to check out Team Hochberg's close to 600 5-star Google reviews. Team Hochberg helped Suzanne and thousands of radio listeners, but we can't help if you don't call 855-563-2843 or visit 56david.com. That's 855-563-2843 or visit 56david.com. Lower.com, Equal Housing Lender, MLS 112-461.
Chicago's Progressive Talk, WCPT 820, where facts matter.
You're listening to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us as we continue to drive it home with our guest co-host, Carmen Navarre Gercone. And we're going to switch gears here for a little bit because I do think that laughter is one of the greatest ways to relieve your stress. And I'll bet there's no better way to do it than going to see Faulty Towers, a dining experience. We have on the line with us, I believe, is Dan Carter Hope, who plays Basil. Basil? Hey, how you doing, Dan?
Yeah, no, this is Benedict Home, actually.
Oh, Benedict Home? Oh, dear. Hi, Benedict Home. How are you doing? It's exciting.
That's one of my colleagues. Yes, we're absolutely delighted to be here. We had our first show last night that went absolutely brilliantly. And, we're looking forward to the rest of the week. Well, busy shows at the weekend.
Well, what's wonderful about this, so obviously those of us who grew up with it, I am a Gen Xer, so my parents watched Fawlty Towers and I loved it. For folks who are, Fawlty Towers, I think for a lot of people it's kind of like maybe their parents did, but tell folks about Fawlty Towers and this wonderful legacy of humor that everyone can enjoy.
Well, obviously, it's the Basil Fawlty is a misanthrope hotelier, and he's got a very bossy wife, and there she is in the background, and a sort of hapless, hopeless Manuel who tries to get everything right, but then fails abysmally.
Am I recalling correctly? He's kind of the jack of all trades. He's kind of the server. He's
absolutely
the
he's the
handyman.
jack of all trades.
Yep.
I'm very eager to please, but manages to get it all wrong, very sadly.
Yeah, which leads to hilarity. And this is an improvised performance, which is fantastic. How long have you all been working together to develop the relationships you need to trust each other?
About 13 years.
What?
We first worked together, at the Edinburgh Fringe. Back in 2014 and a little bit before that, but we've been to we've travelled internationally a lot, so we're very much in tune with each other's rhythm, and so it's lovely to be reunited in Chicago.
Yeah, have you guys performed this before in Chicago?
No, this is our first time in Chicago. We did Charlotte in North Carolina in a couple of years ago, which was fantastic, and one in New York in 2015. So yes, this is our third visit to the U.S., and we have a fantastic time. Every time we've been.
Oh, I love that. I mean, we won't put you on the spot, but I'm hoping that audiences that come out are extremely in need of laughter and joy.
Absolutely, yeah. And they seem to be so full of that. When they came last night.
Yes.
Very enthusiastic, and when we do our improvisational bits, they really respond. There's no shyness. There's no reticence.
And this is great too, because that area that you guys are performing in, the Marriott Bonvoy Renaissance Chicago O'Hare Suites, is a great area because first of all, have you had a chance to enjoy some of the lovely restaurants or the entertainment district there in Rosemont?
Do you know what we haven't done yet? Because we've only just kind of settled in with sort of finding our feet and setting up for the show. But it was very easy. We sort of hopped off the plane and we thought it'd be a huge long journey. But it's very close to the airport.
Yes.
In O'Hare. But as we sort of settle in, we can't wait to explore the local area and also to head downtown as well.
And how long is this? This is running through January 18th. So you've got another 10 days or so to explore the city. Have people been giving you recommendations?
Yes, well, I know that Sybil in particular, she's very keen to go to the jazz bars downtown.
Yes!
She's got a bit of and she's very jazz enthusiastic.
Oh.
So she'll be dragging a very reluctant Basil, and Manuel will be up for it though. I think he'll enjoy it.
And this is also a dining experience. Our folks, I honestly, I've never been to a dining I don't think I've been to a dinner
I
theater.
have not. This sounds great.
Yes, so when you're working with an audience like this, you're doing it after they've eaten, correct? Because it's always weird when people are eating, or is it part of the experience?
Oh no, it's yes. I'm afraid it all happens during. So we serve a but no, don't worry, no one gets pelted with food or anything.
I was gonna say, is Manuel out there just serving up trays of food?
Exactly. There are some surprises with the food, which I wouldn't want to spoil.
Oh,
but
no.
yes, you get served a delicious 3-course meal, and which was getting very good feedback along with the performances. But also, yeah, it's involved in the show, but don't worry, you won't get caked in soup or anything.
It's so fantastic.
Not intentionally, anyway.
Well, by the way, again, folks, we're talking to our friends from Fawlty Towers, the dining experience, which is running January 8th through January 18th, the Marriott Bonvoy Renaissance Chicago O'Hare Suites. You can go to fawltytowerslive.com/Chicago to find and this is mostly improvised, which is such a great city. We are all about this. Carmen, you were going to say?
I was going to say, buy your tickets quickly. There's a lot of shows. I just logged on to try to find some tickets for my husband and I. There's a lot of sold out shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they better get on it if they're. They want to go see it. Yes.
Oh, those are all dark. All the Saturdays. Oh, folks, get on there and
get your tickets.
And there are, by the way, all the matinees are. It looks like the matinees are sold out, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
even a couple of the 7 p.m. shows are sold out.
Oh, that's
yes. I think get in quick.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that. How is our weather treating you, by the way? How's that?
Oh, it's an absolute frozen wasteland out here. Quite frankly, we're absolutely appalled.
This isn't so bad.
And as for the Americans with the cutlery habits, honestly, I mean, they can't even hold a knife and fork. I'm frankly very appalled.
I know.
I hope you're not being rude to the nurse lady on the radio.
Gosh, here she is. Here she comes to wreck the day.
There's Sybil.
Do your body. Had trouble in dining room.
Oh, here he goes. God, it's all downhill from here. It really is.
Do you know about this, Carmen? We don't. So they put their food on their forks differently, like on the back of it.
On the back of it.
Yeah.
On the back of it, I did notice this, actually. Yeah.
Wait, is that us or them? I don't know. Which way's the back? Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I love that you guys are here. And where are you off to next? You said you were doing you did North Carolina. You're doing Chicago. I know you mentioned another city next.
Well, no, it's pretty much back home for us, but we very much hope that we're going to book some other U.S. tours in the near future.
We'd love to have you back. I know that
We'd be delighted to come back.
Yes, please. And I was actually in Scotland in September, and I love the UK, and I love the humor. I think that we need more of it, and especially again in the legacy of Fawlty Towers and the work that you guys are doing. We can't thank you enough for bringing this to Chicago. Really.
Oh, delighted. Thanks so much for having us.
Absolutely. So when you do this show, do you have people who don't know the boundaries and get a little enthusiastic and try to think they're part of the show? Because I'm a stand-up comic, and that can be a little bit aggressive for me. Do you guys experience that?
Yes, we do get a little bit of that. We get people who play along, sometimes slightly over-enthusiastically during the improvisation bit. So you have to slightly rein them in. It's like, okay, we'll do the jokes, but honestly, at the same time, we don't want to discourage them.
Have another piece of chicken and enjoy the show, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're funnier when you drink, but not that much. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sometimes a little goes a long way.
Yes. Just be mindful, folks. Be mindful. It's like the Gap. Be mindful of the boundaries of the humor.
Yes, there's a subtle line, isn't there? But
there
no,
is.
during our first show last night, everyone just played along beautifully.
All right.
Neither
Folks,
too much nor too little.
the bar has been set by the first audience, folks. Now you have to go and be better than them, is all I'm saying.
Absolutely. It's
Excellent.
Yes, they're big shoes to fill.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you again. It's FawltyTowersLive.com/Chicago. And this is running from January 8th through the 18th. It is a dining experience. So it's a 3-course meal and 2 hours of nonstop laughter. You can feel part of the iconic BBC show as Basil, Sybil, and Manuel dish up a night you'll never forget. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I look forward to seeing the show. I know Carmen's getting tickets right now.
Lovely talking to you. Can't wait to see you along for the show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, my friend. Enjoy Chicago. It'll be warm tomorrow. Raining, but warm.
Warm.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. 13 degrees, I saw.
55, I think. It's going to be warm.
Oh, wow.
It's like England.
Oh, I'm on Celsius.
Oh, yeah, never
There's
mind.
another thing like the back of the fork. Okay.
Yeah, back of the fork or front of the fork. We're not sure. Fahrenheit, Celsius. Potato. How do you say
it? Potato, exactly.
Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy it. Thank you so much again.
You too. Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Let's take a break here. See, it was good to switch gears. I told you. More after this on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal and KKNW 1150 in Seattle, my friends. We'll be right back with our guest co-host, Carmen Navarre Gercone.
You're listening to WCPT 820. Here's the latest Chicago weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Partly cloudy tonight with a low temperature of 39 degrees and south winds at 10 to 20. Thursday, rain likely with a high temperature of 52 and south winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Friday, chance of rain with a high temperature of 46 degrees and northwest winds at 10 to 20. Saturday, rain likely with some snow mixing in and a high of 38. Sunday, chance of snow, high of 31 degrees. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 42.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Joan Esposito, live, local, and progressive.
I have officially been behind the microphone for 6 years here at WCPT. And I really want to thank you. It has been a new lease on life. Parts of my brain that were asleep woke up again to talk politics with you.
Joan Esposito, weekday afternoons 2 to 5 on WCPT 820.
Still struggling with gas, bloat, constipation, nausea, or diarrhea? Have you tried eliminating foods but felt no change? It's time to call the tummy whisperer, Renee Barish, at Digestive Health Solutions. Renee uses targeted testing to reveal exactly what's happening in your gut. Gut bacteria plays a key role in all your body functions, from cardiovascular regulation to brain function. When the gut is imbalanced, you may experience symptoms that extend beyond the gut, such as anxiety, skin issues, poor sleep, or increased risk for disease. Digestive Health Solution uses advanced testing to identify harmful microbes and evaluate the overall balance of the gut ecosystem. Get insights into your health, digestion, and how your microbiome affects all aspects of your body. Stop suffering. Call Renee now at 847-207-2034 or visit thetummywhisperer.com. That number is 847-207-2034. Let's get you feeling better. The Tummy Whisperer.
Because facts matter. You are listening to WCPT 820.
If you're listening to this station right now, you've definitely heard my voice before. Hi, I'm Hawk.
And I'm Pete. And we're with Source Solar, your local source for solar. Source Solar is Chicagoland's premier solar installer, providing solutions for over 1,000 homeowners and business owners across Illinois and Iowa.
With over a decade of industry experience and deep roots here in Chicago, we have the expertise to help your transition to clean, renewable, resilient energy.
We can guarantee that we save you money day one without any out-of-pocket cost to you. This means you have an instant ROI, instant payback, and can save money to add to your bottom line day one.
At Source Solar, we source everything as local as possible, meaning we always carry the Made in USA sticker.
Find us online at www.source.solar. Stop in our office at 5710 North Northwest Highway or give us a call at 773-985-3992.
And don't forget to ask for Hawk
or Pete.
You're listening to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We continue our conversation with our guest co-host, Carmen Navarre Gercone. She is our law enforcement expert, and there's no better day, really, than a horrible, tragic day like today when the news broke that a 37-year-old woman who was killed by law enforcement, shot in the head.
Not by law enforcement.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. By ICE agents. We say law enforcement.
And that's my thing. That's why I keep telling.
Christy Nome said it. I'm repeating Christy Nome, and I apologize. She said that too today in her one of her press.
I get that but we can't equate. Okay, you want to call them law enforcement? That's fine. They do serve a law enforcement purpose, but they're not the law enforcement like the police, the local police departments, the municipalities. Those are the police.
Yeah.
They should not be equated with law enforcement such as ICE agents. They're different.
Even the FBI, that's law enforcement, right? Mm-hmm. DEA, right? Let's get to our first call. It's Jim. It's the first call with Jim. I'm working on your theme song.
Yeah, Patty. If I'm aggravating your audience, let me know. But anyway,
that is so funny.
You know what? If that's their problem, that's their problem. Is all I'm saying.
All right, but I was just saying, Faulty Towers was hysterical. I don't know if you ladies ever watched that. You're probably a little too young for that, but that was hysterical. Yeah, it was hysterical. I remember a couple episodes. Cleese, he wasn't supposed to bet the horses, and the guy gave him a tip, and he won a couple $100, and he had to hide it from his wife. It was really hysterical. Then another night, he had a big dining room full of people, and I don't know, something happened to the cook, so this guy said, I can cook, because he started drinking his sherry. So the cook is blind, and he's it was hysterical. But speaking from the sublime to the ridiculous, now, Carmen, think of it this way. These people have been picked up by ICE, even the innocent people have been whisked away somewhere. They may be held for 24 hours, maybe held for 48 hours. The one woman who was taken out of the daycare center, she was sent to Indiana for 30 days and then finally released with no charges. My point is, do you really want to give that much time out of your short time on this earth to ICE to let them determine where you're going to go or how you're going to be? You can see that they have no regard for law. They have no regard at all for it.
And that's the fear. So when people say, well, why don't you just stop and show them and prove to them?
Right.
Because they've proven you can't trust them. So, I mean, forget about 24, 48 hours. There's people who have been disappeared for weeks.
Right, exactly.
To other states. Like, I'm not willing to risk that.
There's people who've been sent to other countries.
Right. Well, that's my point. I mean, do I really? Am I going to trust these people to give me a fair shake? No, I don't think so. And the other thing is a vehicle. They were using this vehicle now. They shot a guy in California, the same scenario. His vehicle got in the way of our vehicle, so we shot through the window. He shot him in the elbow. This was a couple of weeks ago, which goes unreported because our media doesn't want to report this because they fear for some reason they're shaking their boots from this administration, almost like you think it was Putin in when he took over in 1999. He sued he went after all the media. He went after anybody who said a bad word about him in a gulag. But I imagine this is part of their scenario. But Stephen Miller, look at Stephen Miller. He said, then he got him on every show. And what's with that outfit on Christy Nome, that hat?
Oh my God!
Dale Evans is the head of ICE. Unbelievable. A cowboy outfit. What is that? And then Stephen Miller is the most unappetizing human being I've ever seen. Along with that, he's on every stage. Well, we've got the power. We have the nuclear bombs. If we want to take over a place and they can't defend themselves, that's their tough luck. You know what I mean? Jeez. So, I mean, but what an attitude for the United States of America to have. I mean, if that's our attitude, we took a Russian tanker today, unprovoked. And, I mean, this guy's going to start World War III. Because he's another one. I mean, you hear his rhetoric. He'll say, "Oh, we'll show you. We'll show you." This is an aging pedophile, Betty.
Well, and that's why I'm so worried about the volatile situation in Minneapolis. He said just Monday that we should suspend elections because if Democrats win, he'll be impeached. Yeah. So, to have a situation in Minneapolis where you can declare martial law and you can wage whatever military efforts in
everything
Greenland.
is trickle down. They want to go in and take over other countries, and then you have ICE doing the same thing here. So you have every form of this administration attacking what they see as countries they can take over, and then in our communities. And every time they get away with it once, it just gets worse. So it was just September of last year when Silverio Villegas Gonzalez in Franklin Park, the father was murdered by. They said the same story, that he was trying to run them over. Well, they were trying to do the same thing to him, yanking him out of the car. And what did they say? Now you have it happening again. So now it's like they're never gonna. They're going to keep doing it, and it's going to get worse, and they're going to do it in bigger, so you're right, Pat. I agree. Yeah. I think they're trying to push us to a point where those of us who can see what's coming are like, we can't let you do this. But then there's other people when you react out of fear. So how do we get together and not react out of fear, but still have that sense of urgency?
To have our voices heard.
To have our first. So we need the sense of urgency, but I don't know how we get together to do that.
Well, first of all, the next demonstration, vehicles, we have to figure out a way not to use vehicles. They use that as an excuse to shoot you. They can always. Yeah,
they shot a woman here in Chicago bragging about it. Shot 5 times, hit her 6 times or whatever it was.
Right.
And why wouldn't you be afraid for your life? And you've got cops yelling outside your window. Then one pops up in front of you. Like, who are you? The guy pulling on your car, telling you to get out of the way, telling you to get out of the car because these guys aren't trained.
I know how hard our police officers have worked to repair. I see it every day. I hear it every day. They want to do good work, and the damage that is being done by ICE and Border Patrol is just so detrimental to the profession.
Yeah.
Right. I had friends on the West Side, policemen, and Uncle John was a homicide detective for 30 years, and then up as a watch commander at 11th State. But when I was out with them, drink with them, they were using their noggins. They didn't want to. They want to try to repair the situation they were in. Get everybody safe. That's number one. Get everybody in a situation where they're safe. They weren't interested in shooting people. You know what I mean, Carmen?
Yeah.
They just weren't interested in it. But this is every day is insane. I was reading today and kind of relaxing because I listen to Joan's show and your show, Patty. And Joan's got she's got the news that the guy shot through the window. I'm like, my God, I think it's just insane. 37. Now, put yourself in her family tonight. What are they? They have no recourse. They can't sue. They should be able to sue the pants off of that syphilis lunatic in the White House. What are they thinking tonight? What are they thinking tonight?
They're calling her a terrorist. They're spreading all kinds of lies and propaganda already. I mean, Kristi Noem said that the agents in Minnesota had gotten their car stuck in the snow because of the conditions in Minnesota, that they were trying to push the car out, that she was attacking them. You can see clearly in the video, you see them jump out of their cars, no snow on the streets. One of them does fall on some slippery pavement. There's no snow on, it's been plowed, it's salted. There was no pushing the cars out of the snow, and then she attacked them. But
the guy approached the window of the car for no reason.
Two of them. He was grabbing the car. You can see him trying to pull the door open.
Well, I've seen him do that several times already. But what about their license? Let's be reasonable about this. They have a tracking thing on your license plate. They can come and get you at any point. They don't have to have a confrontation.
And that's why I'm saying you will not see the Chicago Police Department or any police department walking up to somebody's car like that for
right.
No. And a neighborhood. This is a neighborhood street. Yeah. I mean, a neighborhood street. Can you imagine? I mean, they have all the wherewithal to go at any time and knock on the door civilly or call her and say, you're going to be a ticket for
you obstructing
blocking
right.
ice. Yeah, blocking ice. You know what I mean? And then have a nice day. It's a $200 fine, but at least you're alive. I just feel sorry for her family. My God, if that was my sister or something like that, it's easy to say. But my God, this is going to push.
It looks like he pulls the weapon before she rolls forward. By the way, folks.
Sure.
He pulls and shoots before she rolls forward. I just watched it in slow motion. And by the way, I also got a text from a former retired detective with the Cook County Sheriff's Department, also known as my ex-boyfriend, who said that was not a illegal shooting. Yeah. Just saying.
No, it's not. Of course it's not. But the point is,
for folks who don't know, here, Jim, for folks who don't know, Carmen, also your experience in the Cook County Sheriff's Department, how long have you served?
27 years.
Okay, just saying. Because I think we have a caller who has bones. He thinks he's going to pick. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I get this. I get that all the time. But I mean, that's okay.
We'll
you can disagree all you want, but. At the end of the day, I have to follow the Constitution, and I know what I can be charged with and what I can go to jail with if I do my job incorrectly and if I break the law and if I don't follow the Constitution. Okay. I know.
Yep.
But what if our local municipalities got the kind of money that ICE got? ICE got $200 billion and $300 billion for this insanity.
By the way, to that, someone texted in, why aren't we billing ICE for every village, city, and state should be sending the bills for all the extra policing to DHS and ICE? Why shouldn't we get some of that $150 billion budget? I would love for our local law enforcement to get some of that too.
And that's what they'll admit to. They'll admit to that. We already know that the family itself, the Trump family's already made $4 billion. They've only been in office for just a year. $4 billion. What are they going to have by the end of 3 years? They'll make Musk look like a beggar. Anyway, you guys have a great night. And thanks, Carmen and Patty.
Thank you, Jim. I'm going to take a break here and continue our conversation. Carmen Navarre Gercone, a 27-year member of the Cook County Sheriff's Department, and training once again, by the way. So this isn't like she trained, a long time. She's in training now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I can bring it. I think we're going to deal with somebody in a moment. I look forward to that in a moment on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal, as long as they understand this is a conversation and I run the show, so I can do it my way.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
When we talk about aging and aging well, we focus mostly on physical health. And that's understandable, given what I like to refer to as the three-legged stool that quite literally keeps us upright: diet, exercise, and sleep. But more and more research is bearing out the now indisputable fact that our mental health and our emotional well-being play an outsized role in how well we age. According to a new Canadian study, it's never too late to improve. The study's lead author told us that many people who were not in optimal well-being at the start of the study were able to regain it within just 3 years. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We humans are social creatures. Even if you think you don't need it, go ahead and invest some time and effort into your friends, maybe making some new ones. It will feel good, and more importantly, it will do you good. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. IT? Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI. That's what I did. Really? How? Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up. Sweet. Are classes online or on campus? Both. Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Here's a tale of Tina searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
I put it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insured.
Hey Google, play WCPT.
Streaming Chicago's progressive talk from TuneIn.
Union Strong Chicago continues to lead the way with progressive values and in preserving democracy. Your support of the Minneapolis Brewing Company Super PAC efforts in Wisconsin and beyond strengthens the fight against MAGA Republicans. You can now purchase progressive beers like Labor Lager, Love Wins Fruited Sour, and the Resistance IPA in Chicago at Rogers Park Provisions, Diversity Beer, Wine and Spirits in Lakeview, Park West Liquor, Wine and Beer in Lincoln Park, Logan Square Liquors, and Tip Top Food and Liquors in Westtown. Visit MinneapolisBrewingCompany.com for all their Chicagoland locations. As always, no matter how bad our sports teams are, please drink responsibly.
Welcome back to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us to continue our conversation and driving it home. Joining me in studio is Cook County Sheriff Department member for 27 years, Carmen Navarre Gercone, currently training to get back. She's in the academy right now because she took some time to do some work for the city of Chicago, which Cook County, we appreciate that. And I appreciate the folks that are texting you, asking me to refrain from calling any of these ICE agents, these renegades who are ill-trained, who are sloppy, aggressive, and as you mentioned, dangerous. But see, I'm not the only one. See, this individual says, how does anyone know they're cops? So, because they're also wearing labels on their vests that say police. Yeah. They're identifying without actual badge numbers, without proper identification. Many of them wearing masks. Yeah. Why? So the other point is, why should she comply with people who are just saying that they're ICE agents? They don't have badge numbers. They don't even have the same uniforms on. There have been reports of people attacking women in particular dressed as paramilitary dorks. Just saying. My word, not yours.
I know those were all rhetorical questions. That's why I've just stood here. I got you. Yeah, I feel it.
So I will try to refrain from. Yeah, but anyway,
they said it's. I have a hard time too because I'm like, what is? And my husband always says, just call them agents. They're not cops. They're not the police. We follow the law. We follow. So okay.
All right, we'll take some calls now. Hi, Jake. You're on with me and Carmen Navarre Gercone. What's on your mind?
Hey, way back in 1998. I attended the Springfield Police Academy, the Basic Law Enforcement Training Academy.
Excellent! That's great.
For a long 12 weeks.
Okay, they are long 12 weeks. There you go. Yeah. What was your favorite part?
Well, I I guess being away from home and just being with the fellows in the bunks and learning all about how to be a police officer. I was a young 26-year-old guy, and it was very exciting.
Oh, cool! Yeah. I love that. Did you? What led you to want to take part of the academy?
I just wanted to be a police officer ever since I was probably in high school.
Oh, cool.
So my quick question is where did the expert law enforcement opinionator attend?
What do you mean?
Law enforcement officer?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Which academy did she? What academy did you go to?
So I attended the Cook County Sheriff's Academy back in 1994. I also attended the FBI National Academy in 2013. And as you know, as former law enforcement, only 1% of law enforcement in the world gets to attend the FBI National Academy. So I'm a proud graduate of session 252. And I'm currently back in the Basic Law Enforcement Academy now to help my non-for-profit. I run a non-for-profit called Women of the Shield, where we help young women interested in going into law enforcement. So I took a job as a part-time police officer, and I am back in a police academy. So I travel to the police academy every other weekend with a bunch of 20 and 30-year-olds. And it's not easy as a 53-year-old to keep up with the sit-ups and the running and the, but it definitely is necessary.
I'm so glad that the shrapnel wounds seem to have healed, too.
Oh, yeah, that was from the firearm training. I have some shrapnel cuts and bruises on my face. So it comes from about, at this point, 32 years. With the sheriff's office, I actually was on the street 23 of those years. I was a deputy, a sergeant, a lieutenant, so I took some leadership roles. So that's kind of where my law enforcement experience comes from.
You were sheriff's police, and you worked as a sheriff's police officer?
No, sir. I worked for the Cook County Sheriff's Office, and in the Sheriff's Office, there's 3 departments. I worked for Court Services, and 23 of those years was on the street. Court Services has its own street unit. We work orders of protection, warrants, evictions, firearm restraining orders, seizure warrants for firearms. So 23 of the years was on the street doing law enforcement, police activities. In Cook County, it's a little different than the rest of the state. Without boring everyone else, we work the streets and we make arrests and we impound evidence and we do all that stuff without having to have a basic law enforcement certification. That is not necessary because of the statutory guidelines in the Peace Officers Act.
So were you a correctional officer or were you a police officer? Simple question, yes.
I thought I answered it. I was a deputy sheriff.
Right.
So
I'm corrections or for police?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. What are you trying to get at? Because we've given you her. I mean, I love listening to Carmen and her resume, but we're having a conversation today. What would you like to ask about what's the conversation we're having?
It's pretty simple. Was she sheriff's police?
No, that wasn't my question. You've asked a lot of questions. I'm asking you a question. Aside from her resume and her experience, what would you like to talk about? Because I think I would like to know what you need to know aside from her qualifications. Continue.
I guess then would she disagree or agree that Immigrations and Customs Enforcement is considered a law enforcement agency? Yes or no?
Oh, I said that earlier. Yeah, they are a law enforcement agency.
Okay. Thank you so much. We got it answered. Fantastic, Jake. So glad we can get that answered for you. Let's get to Judy and Niles. Hey, Judy, how are you doing? What's up, Judy?
I didn't want to bore everyone with my resume, but I'm like, okay.
She's like, here's my certificates. And
I don't know. Maybe next time I'll hang them up behind me. I wasn't sure what.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I said it earlier.
I didn't know where it was going either. I thought he's up to something, but I couldn't figure it out.
I mean, yeah, we said that earlier. They are law enforcement. They're not police.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Yes or no, Carmen?
Getting a little testy there, Carmen.
I don't know. I thought I was being nice.
Oh, my God.
No, not you, him.
Oh, yeah.
I can
yes
hear
or no?
his voice gritting his teeth a little bit, and he's not getting the answer he wants.
That's because he was scrolling through Google.
Because you're abroad. Here's the thing. So what were you like? What were you in the prisons? What were you doing?
No, well, hanging out with the guys in the barracks. So there were no women in 1998 in the State Police Academy.
Yeah, or 94, some of them. So.
Yeah.
All right, Judy, what's on your mind, my friend?
I like Finding Your Roots with Henry Louis Gates.
Yes,
on Channel 11.
Love it.
I love it. So a new season was supposed to start last night. I had everything set. It reminded me, and turned it on, and Channel 11 had been on all day. Every once in a while, I was taking the trees out, so I had it on and off. And then comes the time for the show to come on, and it went black.
Oh.
And it stayed that way until the show was over, and then they resumed the video part. What happened? I said, did they take him off because he's black? Did they take him off because he?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
black
well, PBS is losing all of its funding, so there's a lot of. I mean,
it did, but if these are already made, and I assume they already paid for them if they were advertising and going to put them on.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I was hoping somebody would know
I know
that.
that they had ended it. No, sorry,
I know
can't help
need
Judy.
money. They all do.
Unfortunately.
Funding like mad.
Yep. Thanks, Judy. I'm sorry I don't have any answers for you on that. I don't have a yes or no answer.
Somebody out there will call in and I can listen.
Oh, by the way, they want to come after you today, Carmen. No correction officers in my basic law enforcement academy either. That's how it sounds in my head.
Okay, hang in there.
I don't understand what that. Thank you. I don't understand what that means.
They just went, I bet you. I think it's Jake texting and calling.
I'm sorry, because he's still on the thing. Like, I'm not sure why he's mad.
I don't know. Let's get to Naomi. Naomi's got something to share. Hi, Naomi. What do you want to tell us about Jim? Hey.
Oh, Jim, yeah. I've got some names of a song. I don't have a song for you, but I have some options.
Okay.
Jim, by the way, yes or no to this, okay? King of the Q. Yes or no, Dolly Jim.
By the way, I got a text from a listener who says, yes or no. Yep. Thank you so much, Naomi. Another listener says, Jim is one of the highlights of your show. Don't ever change that. Thank you so much for that.
That's nice.
Queued up. Yes or no? Queued up.
Yep, there you go. Hold on. I'm going to be late for the break. Hold on a second. Hey, Jake, yes or no? You still mad? Let's take a break here. More after this on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal and KKNW 1150.
Horwitz and Associates. Where did Cliff Horwitz learn to argue? At the dinner table with his dad. And his father was a great arguer, a great trial lawyer. And as Cliff got older, he began to win some of those arguments. Cliff became a trial lawyer and won some of the largest personal injury verdicts in Illinois history. From the dinner table to the courtroom, Cliff Horwitz and his firm at Horwitz Law continue winning important arguments for hardworking families. If you're hurt on the job, call 312-800-8000 or go to horwitzlaw.com.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. A shooting today amid the Trump administration's latest immigration crackdown on a major American city. Ed Donahue has the story.
In Minnesota, the hearts and minds of the people in this state are on our side. To Americans, I ask you this. Please stand with Minneapolis.
Governor Tim Walz spoke after a woman was shot and killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis.
What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and conflict. It's governing by reality TV. And today that recklessness cost someone their life.
The Trump administration recently started an immigration crackdown in Minneapolis and St. Paul. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says the woman was trying to run down ICE officers.
We're continuing to gather more information, but this goes to show
Welcome back to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have hit the wrong button there. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. Sorry, everybody.
Our domestic
I'm sorry. It's not clear from videos if the vehicle made contact with the officer. I'm Ed Donahue.
U.S. forces seized 2 sanctioned tankers today, enforcing an existing oil embargo on Venezuela. At the same time, the Trump administration is planning to relax some sanctions so the U.S. can oversee the sale of Venezuela's oil worldwide. Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
We are going to take between 30 and 50 million barrels of oil. We're going to sell it in the marketplace at market rates, not at the discounts Venezuela was getting. That money will then be handled in such a way that we will control how it is dispersed in a way that benefits the Venezuelan people, not corruption, not the regime.
President Trump's proposing a massive surge in military spending next year. Citing troubled and dangerous times, he wants the budget to grow to $1.5 trillion, up from this year's $901 billion. And the president signed an executive order withdrawing the United States from 66 international organizations, including the UN's Population Agency and the UN treaty that establishes climate negotiations. This is AP News. Donna Warder has fresh data on the jobs market.
U.S. employers posted fewer jobs in November than in October. The Labor Department says businesses and government agencies posted 7.1 million job openings at the end of November. That's down from 7.4 million in October. But layoffs dropped in November. Many may not be hiring much, but they appear to be holding on to the workers they've got. So hiring in 2026 could either pick up to match the solid economic growth, remain sluggish and drag down the economy, or automation and artificial intelligence could enable a steady economic growth but not create many jobs. The monthly jobs report for December will be released on Friday. Donna Warder, Washington.
Wall Street cooled, the S&P and the Dow slipping from yesterday's record highs, but the Nasdaq rose 0.2%. There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
This is 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and streaming worldwide at WCPT820.com. We are Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter. Now, your WCPT 820 weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Partly cloudy tonight with a low temperature of 39 degrees and south winds at 10 to 20. Thursday, rain likely with a high temperature of 52 and south winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Friday, chance of rain with a high temperature of 46 degrees and northwest winds at 10 to 20. Saturday, rain likely with some snow mixing in and a high of 38. Sunday, chance of snow, high of 31 degrees. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 43.
Some journeys start small, with small pause and big purpose.
Look how little fly, you sweet girl.
Every great partnership begins with the first step.
Bella, let's go.
Guiding them through the world so one day they can guide someone through life. With shared experience, confidence grows, and the path becomes clear. It takes time, patience, and love. But the reward lasts a lifetime.
Hey, good girl, Bella.
You don't just raise a puppy. You raise a future. Become a Dogs Inc. puppy raiser. Give a dog a purpose. Give someone hope.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter.
It home with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, the folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing ass says, she's driving it home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us. We continue our conversation. Joining me in studio is guest co-host Carmen Navarre Gercone. She is our law enforcement expert. I am not going to recite the Fourth Amendment, but it's something, search and seizures. You can't do that without probable cause or something. I should be safe and secure in my home, and my belongings should not be. Something like that.
Yeah, you're very, very close. That's the first thing they make us memorize. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, you're doing push-ups.
I know Jake learned that at the academy in the 90s. But did he say he did? I don't know. He said he went to the academy, but we didn't have any other information. Let's get to our friend Ben Cominos, host of Outside the Box on WHBY in Appleton, Wisconsin. I think we were going to have a lighter conversation with you, my friend, and things have taken a turn today for the tragic. How are you doing?
Yeah, Patty, I was just listening to you do that. We have the same job, but you know why you're a pro and I'm not is I barely am keeping it together right now. Like your ability to come in with that attitude, I'm jealous of it. I've been shaking. I punched a wall this afternoon. I'm not a wall puncher. You know me. I'm a pretty docile creature. That's not who I am, and I feel so lost right now.
Yeah,
I feel so lost because Go ahead.
Part of the reason that I can is if Carmen wasn't here, I would be doing. It would be much harder for me. But having someone who because there's so many people out there, and I don't know what your show is going to be like tomorrow morning. Because on my feed, I made a couple videos, and people are like, she deserved it. She FAFO'd. Good for them. Like a lot of people, well, she shouldn't try to run. But to have someone in studio with me who has watched the video, who has law enforcement experience over almost 3 decades, of law enforcement experience, that helps me get through this, to have someone who can walk me through it and go, yeah, this was not justified. And I know and your rage is justified, by the way. Yeah. And I worry, what are some of the things going through your head? So let's walk through this together a little bit, my friend.
It's almost difficult to put into words. I had an eye appointment and a handful, like, you know how it is when you do this job. When stuff like this breaks, your phone blows up. Everybody in your life is like, have you seen this? And I was in a doctor's office, and all of a sudden my phone rings like 40 times. And I'm kind of scrolling through it. I'm looking at it out the side of my eye, and I'm trying to maintain composure in a conversation with the person I'm talking to, while at the same time kind of seeing these stories unfold. As soon as I came home, just watching the way that these things played out. And I, too, posted a video. And as you know, I got people across the spectrum here, and in terms of politically. And I think what hurts most of all is so many people that interact with the show every day. One guy who's one of the first people who ever interacted with my show, from Alabama originally, so I'll let you fill in the blanks of what his politics are. He messages me and says, I think you're just about to be out of work. And I'll admit, I did drop a bunch of cusses, and I was incredibly aggressive, but it was on my own personal page. I'm not worried about it. My company's got my back. Right. But it was raw emotion. What we saw happen, this is terrorism. That is what this is. We're watching this happen. We're watching us act like clowns in Venezuela. We're watching it happen here in America. And Lord knows, I'm sure there's a bunch of your listeners engaging in an element of schadenfreude, because I'm the both sides of the same coin guy, right? I'm the guy that says liberals suck, conservatives suck, and we need a better path forward for the future. And it's like they're going out of their way to be the worst effing administration that could possibly exist, so that there's no way that you could compare them to Democrats. What's happening right now is disgusting, and the fact that anybody with eyeballs and 3 IQ points to rub together cannot figure out what they are looking at right now is probably the most disheartening part about all of this. And for the record, I have Fox News on as I'm talking to you right now. They just switched it over before this, just to let you know how little of a leg they have to stand on. Brett Baer was talking about strengthening our ship fleet in Mississippi 5 minutes ago while this is happening, because there is no way for them to justify what you see with your own 2 eyeballs. And the fact
but they're
that
trying.
we can't agree on that.
It's insane.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I don't know what the adjective is.
I have a listener from Germany who says, I am 63 years old from Germany. It is so hard for me to watch what's happening to your country. For us in Europe, our big friend America, what has happened in your country? ICE is so dramatic. It is so bad. This is obviously someone who's writing in English. Trump must be impeached. Greetings from Germany to all my American and Canadian friends. Please don't make them.
He's not getting impeached, though. He's not getting impeached. No. But we need to. I got Jags in my messages right now saying they're not going to defund ICE, so get over it. And I said, I said it in the video. At this point, defund ICE is the moderate position. If every single Democrat isn't running on defund ICE, they're not a Democrat. But if a Democrat wins in 2028, this whole thing goes away, and we'll figure out immigration another way. But this is not going to be the way this country operates. I refuse to believe America will put up with this.
But again, the folks that are, we talked about this earlier, the cruelty, their bloodthirst.
It's a choice. This is what we don't understand. This is what us that are trying to find our words, and what we don't understand is that this is a choice for them. People see that this is going on. They're choosing to ignore it, and they're choosing to say it's okay. And it's hard for us to understand that, because what human being would choose to deliberately murder someone, to go after people, we would not choose that. We wouldn't. And it's hard for us to understand that they're making a conscious decision every day when they wake up on what else they can do to destroy this country. It's a choice. It's a decision. And what we have to struggle with is what can we do and how can we turn that anger and be constructive? Because if we're just angry, we're not going to be able to move forward because they're going to be able to take that anger and only show that anger to keep growing why they're doing things the way they're doing. And why they're doing things in the manner in which they're doing it. And so that's the struggle. We can get angry, but we have to move on very quickly to action.
Yeah, I agree with that. I often joke on the show, the Mediterranean emotions hit hard with me. And it takes a lot to get me into this standpoint here. And again, similar to what you're saying, I don't know what action is. Like right now, like I'm not a prayer guy, but I'm a cross your fingers guy. Like the sickest part about this is that if somebody retaliates, like I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I hope to God no ICE agent gets hurt tonight. Because I cannot imagine what will happen. Like, now it is on the people of Minneapolis, and it's disgusting that I'm saying this. It is on the people of Minnesota to not get violent because we know what this jackass is going to do if someone throws a freaking empty water bottle at an ICE agent. We know what's going to happen. So it's a matter of staying calm despite the fact that you absolutely deserve to not be calm. That's what it is right now, and that is not my strength. You can tell by the way I'm talking to you, that is not my strength. And it's a very angering situation here.
It really is. And that was my first thought as this was unfolding, and you had all these talking heads and Kristi Noem immediately going out there, spreading more lies. Trump, Stephen Miller, calling it an act of terrorism. Also feels like, because it was Minneapolis. We talked about this earlier with George Floyd and the riots there. There were instigators in those crowds, guys going around trying to make things worse. And that's the other part. Like, we don't know if there'll be infiltrators who want to escalate this to martial law. I don't know. I really don't.
Right, exactly. And there's people celebrating it, but God forbid you say something about Charlie Kirk, otherwise you're getting fired. Like, the double standard that we are living in right now is enough to drive somebody insane. And all I know is it's going to be the voices, it's going to be CPT, it's going to be what I can do to the best of my ability. We move forward. Democrats put candidates out there. This is beatable. Despite all this, I know there's a bunch of bigots out there that are clapping because they're too stupid to realize what's going on. But most people understand that the economy is in the toilet. We are making enemies all over the planet. And the fact that there's 5 less Mexicans in your neighborhood is not going to be enough to justify the things that are happening right now. I have to believe that that's what's going to kick in. And I swear if it doesn't, I don't know. I don't know what to do right now. This is a very strange feeling, and it sucks. It just sucks because I give humanity the benefit of the doubt. If you read my article for Kirk, you can kind of tell this administration's breaking me a little bit right now because it's just stupid decision, and more importantly, flagrantly the exact same thing that they were complaining about for the last 4 years. It's just stupid decision after stupid decision, but they all parrot it because they can't think for themselves. And, I hate that I'm talking about people that way because I don't normally do that, and it's just the level of stupidity that I'm seeing today needs to go away. We are too stupid as a nation to exist at this point right now. I don't know why people are acting like this.
Yeah, and here's the thing: it's the righteousness. I talk about the cruelty, but it's the righteousness as part of their identity that you have to be all in on whatever this administration does, including executing a woman in front of her neighbors. I mean, she was executed for what? For what? Because we don't know. For what? Because getting in their way. They were annoyed. I think, and there's video of Bavino when he was in Los Angeles over the summer telling his agents, like he's a coach. If anyone touches you, you take them out. Whose city is this? It's our city. So he trains them this way, that they are the obstacle, that every single person in front of them is the obstacle to whatever, to their paycheck, to their identity, to their righteousness.
I can't believe they get trained. As far as I'm concerned, they're a bunch of talentless masked virgins running around bullying people because they don't have anything better to do with themselves. If they didn't have this job, they'd be pumping gas somewhere. Like, the idea that they're even being trained is blowing my mind. Like I said, best case scenario for them is they end up jobless. That's where we're at right now. That's where I'm at right now, is the best case scenario is they find out ICE is defunded. And I'm willing to go, the moderate position is ICE is defunded. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. And by the way, someone just texted in, these guys are not trained, which Carmen has talked about before as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I find it hard to believe there's some kind of actual training that these jagoffs go through because I haven't seen it. It's a bunch of people that couldn't figure out what else to do with their lives. Did you see the one in Tennessee that got caught with an SS tattoo? Like, it's not even a jump to say Gestapo. It's
right.
not even hyperbolic. You're not being a lib when you compare it to Nazis. The dude literally has an SS tattoo. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah. No.
What are we talking about?
So anyway,
yeah, I'm pissed right now. Normally we're much more fun, I swear.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about the Steelers.
I think what you need to. Oh yeah, stop it. Find like-minded people. When we're angry, we tend to draw ourselves to what's making us angry, so we can. And I think what helps is being in the room with people who do think like you and do believe like you, and that's what you need to find more of, especially in the next couple days. Just because it'll consume you. And that's what they want. They want us consumed with fear and anger because then we can't think. Then we're reacting. And we don't want to react. So the more we realize that there are more of us and there are more people that think like us, and that's who we need to be connecting with.
Yeah, I agree. Ben, I have to run. I have to run. I have another host coming on. I've got Matt McNeil from Minneapolis coming on next. So it's going to be. I can't even imagine the conversations he's having because he was on all afternoon.
I'll be listening.
All right,
I'll be listening.
That's Ben Cominos on WHBY. They have an app for that. WHBY.com. Outside the box. And again, sorry about your Steelers. Let's take a break here.
Hey, they're coming. They're coming. Don't even give me that. They're in the playoffs. Don't you worry.
I'm just saying. More after this on WCPT. Love you, Ben. Then more in a moment.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks. WCPT 820 Heartland Signal, KKNW 1150, and KTNF AM 950. We'll talk to one of your hosts in just a moment. Matt McNeil joining us with Carmen Navarre Gercone.
I was in the hospital with my son for 18 months.
When he got injured, I wasn't prepared, but I knew I had to be strong.
When I was told about John's injury, I was in complete shock. I just remember rushing into his room and giving him a big hug and letting him know I was there.
These veterans and families are just a few of the heroes we serve at Homes for Our Troops. For thousands of severely injured veterans, everyday life is filled with barriers.
It was really the little things throughout the house. Counters that you can't roll up to. How to drag my wheelchair down steps.
I want to help, but he is so determined.
At Homes for Our Troops, we build specially adapted custom homes with features like wheelchair access, roll-in showers, and automatic door openers that allow them to function independently and focus on their recovery and family.
This house is freedom. It's hope. It's a new beginning.
This house has given me my family back.
To learn more, visit hfotusa.org.
Don't let biased algorithms or degree screens or exclusive professional networks or stereotypes. Don't let anything keep you from discovering the half of the workforce who are stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the stars beyond it. Find out how you can make stars part of your talent strategy at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Remember, always be generous with the nutmeg. Just eyeball it.
Okay.
Mom's wisdom has served you well, but now it may be your turn to guide her.
Hey, I'm worried about Mom. She keeps forgetting her famous sweet potato pie recipe.
Some things come with age, sis.
And some don't.
Knowing the early signs of Alzheimer's in a loved one will help you make the best decisions for your family. Visit 10signs.org to learn the signs. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter.
You're listening to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us. We continue our drive home. Joining me on the line is the host of the Matt McNeil Show, Matt McNeil, out of Minneapolis, St. Paul on KTNF AM 950. Matt, the moments that I heard this story today, I was like, I need to get Matt on the show. How are you doing today, my friend?
Oh, I'm referred to a great headline that the Onion put out. He said when they said history size repeats itself, and here we are yet again in the city of Minneapolis with an unjustified killing of a civilian. And yeah, it's the city is. It's not well right now, especially once again, it's the same exact thing that happened with George Floyd, is that the story that they're telling is clearly not what happened. The video evidence we have seen has shown there was no justification whatsoever for the shooting of what is now a 37-year-old poet who was shot. Renee Nicole Good, and I think there's a legitimate chance that she wasn't there protesting at all, that she was just a neighbor there trying to get her car out of the way. I mean, you see in the video where she's killed, she's literally waving the ICE agents' cars ahead, and that's when they come out and confront her. And it sounds like she was terrified at the time, and then they, obviously for legitimate reasons.
This was what I've been wondering all day. Was she even out there with the observers, with the watch teams trying to alert neighbors? Because we never see that. That was my concern, was that she got caught up in this, this caravan, however many cars there were, and by the way, and panicking. I don't understand why we're not given the grace of there are men yelling at me. I don't know who they are. All the things. I'm so sorry. That was one of the things I've been wondering all day.
Well, and it is clear that there was no threat to the ICE agent. He shot her. And this just tells you that Homeland Security, and they know that what this guy did crossed the line, because within 90 seconds of the shooting, they had grabbed him, got him out of there, and my guess is he's nowhere near Minneapolis right now. He is long out of the state to try to keep him from what is clearly chargeable offenses, And it's interesting. People are like, oh, wait till it comes through. It's like, well, you can see what happened here. No one was about to get hit, and yet Kristi Noem just is having a press conference just a few minutes ago here in Minnesota where she's like, oh, yeah, she was targeting them, trying to kill them all with her car, and it's like, okay, this is a 37-year-old mother of three who's a poet. And you're telling me that all of a sudden she's a hardened, Al-Qaeda terrorist. Come on, give me a break.
Yeah, and that's why they had to frame things that way, so that then when there's a protest. And by the way, are you worried about things getting out of hand in Minnesota, in Minneapolis?
Very much so. Okay, so I want to be clear. The death of this woman, of Renee Nicole Good is her name, 37 years old. The death of this woman is because of the Republican Party of Minnesota. And let me explain. The Republican Party of Minnesota, well, they can't win Minnesota anyway, and Trump's only less popular. So they have really gone full racism mode against the Somali community. And we saw this with the mama's boy from Utah that came in and did the video of the daycares here in town where, that was apparently spoon-fed to him, or I don't know, they might have even paid for him to come here and do this. It's not clear, and he may have paid him some taxpayer dollars. That's still not clear either. But they paid this guy to go there, and he specifically targeted Somali daycares, hence a racist attack, with the point of getting that video in front of Trump, because Trump hates Governor Walz, and Trump is a racist piece of crap. And so what ends up happening is he starts going, well, we're going to send all these ICE agents, and so that's why the flood of ICE agents is here. When you get down to it, I think that there's a legitimate argument could be said that they were going to shoot somebody here.
Yes.
And I think and so they end up shooting a 37-year-old poet in the face, claiming that she's a hardened criminal. But the reality is that this machine, the Republicans, they desperately want to. They feel as if they can kind of unleash Trump on things and the MAGA White House on things, and somehow still control it. And here we have now, and The reality is that, this is I think, like I said, by design, and I'm concerned if it seems to me that ICE is in town right now just to try to kill people, and I think they want to do this. I think they want to do this, cleansing, ideological cleansing, and they also clearly want to keep the Epstein files off the front page. So, it's kind of one of those things where this is only going to get worse because Trump wants this to get worse.
And that brings me to something else that you just mentioned about the Epstein files and what we haven't even had. I mean, like, it's just today's Wednesday. Is today Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yes.
We just invaded Venezuela, and one of the first things I thought of I have a 22-year-old son. I'm like, are we getting into World War III? Are we, I was thinking about him. I know you're a veteran and you watch this and the men and women who are being put in danger because this maniac wants to carve up the planet between him and China and Russia or whatever they envision for the future.
Well, I'll say this about there is. I don't know how he thinks he's going to do this because, all right, let's take a look at Venezuela. Venezuela first. That's 30 million people. Well, if you're going to occupy a country of 30 million people, you need 300,000 troops. That's one person for every 100 civilians. That is your ratio you're going to deal with. Then if all of a sudden you want to go into Colombia, well, Colombia is 50 million people. That means another 500,000 troops. The entire military force, active and reserve, is 2 million. That's almost half your military just to try to occupy those countries. But even if you looking at Venezuela, even if you wanted to go there, you're looking at, even if you just want to, to protect the ports, protect the oil resources and stuff like that, and protect the puppet government you're going to need to put in place, that's still 100,000 troops we don't have. Then there's the other side of that coin. Venezuela isn't a good example, but, I'll really go to Greenland, okay? Greenland, there's nothing in Greenland. You are going to have to build ports, roads, all this infrastructure. Trillions of dollars worth of cost, which he's not going to make the billionaires and billionaires pay for it, and he sure is not going to make the companies pay for it, so he's going to make the American people pay for this. And we're talking doubling, tripling the entire deficit we have for upgrading this stuff. They don't have the money, they don't have the manpower to do this, and how they think they're going to be able to sell this with a draft or something, I just don't know.
Man, that was my question. Yeah. Oh, my God. I was going to
say one thing I was going to mention in regards to Minneapolis. I want to and this is, I think, an important thing to make sure we talk about, because someone called into my show today, which you can, by the way, hear on WCPT at 9 p.m. tonight. But someone called into my show and made the point. He said, when George Floyd was killed, the Minneapolis Police Department was a very different police department. It was full of racists and absolute jackasses, and that's what you had. So many of those guys left. And he said, how many of those guys are ICE agents now? When my daughter told me my daughter told me someone had been shot in Minneapolis, the story I was looking at that moment was of an ICE agent in Minneapolis, one of these guys that they brought in with an SS tattoo behind his ear, and he got caught, and they're filming it. This is an actual Nazi. How many actual Nazis are in there? You have a gubernatorial candidate for Michigan who just did a Heil Hitler at a Jewish rally in Washington, D.C. You guys on the right have, as you scream, stop calling us Nazis, you're the ones that keep getting into bed with the freaking Nazis, and you need them. And either you're Nazi-friendly or Nazi-tolerant, and that is just a reality. If you cosplay Spock, occasionally you should take the damn ears off, and yet they're not doing that. And here they are with this problem, and they cannot vilify it because, let's be honest, the Republican Party is desperate to keep the Nazi vote. And so they can't really vilify it. But, if you want us to stop saying Gestapo and Nazis, well, then stop acting like the Gestapo and the Nazis and gunning people down the streets as you try to round up people because of their ethnicity.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that would be one way to not be. all the things.
Yeah, I know. Hey, my daughter is down in Chicago.
Oh,
she was actually. I think she was down. They're still on their winter break, and she has friends there in Wisconsin, and they all made a trip down to Chicago. Sounds like it was some lovely ice skating down there, and of course, the beautiful city. And they had a really nice time down there.
And they got good weather because it wasn't freezing. We had like spring weather. It was in the 40s.
It's gorgeous today. It's gonna be 50, I think, tomorrow, but raining. But are they just here for the night, or are they here for a couple of days?
They were there for a couple of days, and they had good fun down there, and it's always nice. I'm going to be going down. I don't know if you know. I am going to be down there in July. I got tickets for when Rush does they got their brand new tour coming through, and they're playing the United Center. I'm at that Rush concert, and I'll be in town for a few days when I'm coming down there. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, I'll take you somewhere fancier than Superdog. I know you love Superdog, and I love my Superdog too.
Okay, no, whoa,
I know.
Whoa.
We were outside sitting on picnic tables in the parking lot. Yeah.
We're going to Superdog. What are you talking about? Don't hurt me, Patty.
My friend, I can take you to the Gale Street Inn for some really good ribs, is all I'm saying. And,
all right, nothing against that.
Do you imbibe? I don't know if you imbibe or not. Do you enjoy a cocktail?
Not really.
Okay, then, but the ribs. It'll be the ribs, and they have great...
But you had me at ribs.
Yeah, I'll pay you for some good ribs. That's Matt McNeil, host of the Matt McNeil Show. You can hear that in just a little bit. You can catch up with what his thoughts were of the day at 9 o'clock. It broadcasts right here on WCPT 820. Of course, he's on weekdays from 3 to 5 on KTN.
KTNF in Minneapolis, of course, and afternoon drive and evenings over in Seattle. And I want to make sure I mention tonight, David Schuster was kind enough to join us for basically the 45 minutes of that hour to talk about what happened in Minneapolis and stuff. So it's good stuff with David Schuster.
Oh, I appreciate that. Looking forward to hearing the conversation. Thank you, my friend. Love you. And let's not make it so long again. Let's not wait for crazy days to catch up with each other on the air.
Enjoy the Superdog when you're in town.
Yeah, well, we'll take Carmen with.
Every time I come down, I love Superdog. Good to chat with you, Patty. Anytime you need me, by all means, let me know.
Yes, you too. Right back at you, my friend. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's take a break here. Continue our conversation with Carmen Navarre Gercone. We'll catch up a little bit with all of you as well. You can give us a call at 773-763-9278. Sherry, apparently, boys got some big feelings about your credentials, by the way. A couple
Still getting text messages?
Yeah, someone was saying, I don't know if I have the text, but that you're basically a glorified dog catcher.
Oh, well, thanks. I got paid well for it. Thank you.
More after this. Is that what the Cook County Sheriff's members want to be called?
That's not how we refer to the people we were looking for, but okay.
All right, yeah. Serving warrants. I'm just saying. More after this on WCPT at 20 Heartland Signal, KKNW 1150 in Seattle, and KTNF AM 950 in Minneapolis, St. Paul. That was probably too fast.
You're listening to WCPT 820. Here's the latest Chicago weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Partly cloudy tonight with a low temperature of 39 degrees and south winds at 10 to 20. Thursday, rain likely with a high temperature of 52 and south winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Friday, chance of rain with a high temperature of 46 degrees and northwest winds at 10 to 20. Saturday, rain likely with some snow mixing in and a high of 38. Sunday, chance of snow, high of 31 degrees. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 43.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
If you're an experienced homeowner who's outlived your assets or your spouse recently passed away, you need to call Team Hochberg, your trusted local reverse mortgage lender. Alice, 90, widow, income $24,000 a year, living in a $500,000 home with no mortgage. Alice's husband recently passed away and she was terrified about losing her home, so her daughter called for information about a reverse mortgage. We helped Alice secure a reverse mortgage which allowed her to access $300,000 tax-free dollars so she could afford in-home health care. Let's review. Alice's husband recently passed away. She outlived her assets and thought she had to sell her home. Our reverse mortgage expert, Jose Rodriguez, helped Alice secure a reverse mortgage so she could afford in-home health care and peacefully age in place. Team Hochberg's helped thousands of radio listeners, but we can't help if you don't call 855-563-2843 or visit that website you know and love, 56david.com, lower.com, equal housing lender, NMLS 1124061.
The key to unlock the next breakthrough in cancer research could be sitting in your driveway. Stand Up to Cancer's vehicle donation program makes it easy to turn your unwanted vehicle into funding to support innovative cancer research. So when you're looking to get rid of your old car, truck, motorcycle, RV, or boat, why not donate it to Stand Up to Cancer? You can be a driving force in cancer research. Donate your car today. Visit standuptocancer.org/cars to learn more.
This is WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Chicago continues to lead the way with progressive values and in preserving democracy. Your support of the Minneapolis Brewing Company Super PAC efforts in Wisconsin and beyond strengthens the fight against MAGA Republicans. You can now purchase progressive beers like Labor Lager, Love Wins Fruited Sour, and the Resistance IPA in Chicago at Rogers Park Provisions, Diversity Beer, Wine, and Spirits in Lakeview, Park West Liquor, Wine, and Beer in Lincoln Park, Logan Square Liquors, and Tip Top Food and Liquors in Westtown. Visit MinneapolisBrewingCompany.com for all their Chicagoland locations. As always, no matter how bad our sports teams are, please drink responsibly.
Patti Vasquez is taking your calls now.
All right, let's hit it.
At 773-763-9278.
I got a lot to say.
It's Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us as we hit the last half hour of the show with my guest co-host, Carmen Navarre Gercone. We had an amazing event that she's a part of a task force this morning. Women of the Shield were involved with. And tell us again about the task force.
Oh, the task force is the Violence Against Women Task Force. It was pushed through by Commissioner Donna Miller and Alderman Silvana Tabarez. It passed unanimously, the resolution on both sides, city and county board, which is in this day and age, miraculous in itself. But it's bringing departments from both the city and all over Cook County together to really make an impact on the services that women facing violence, especially seeking orders of protection and things need. So everyone was there, from the usual partners like the Office of the Chief Judge and the State's Attorney, the Sheriff's Office. We also had the Chicago Park District, the Department of Housing,
amazing,
Cook County Health, and neighborhood organizations just there, really focused on what victims are saying they need and where they feel they were failed,
right?
So that government can fix government, use the tax dollars and really create the safety net that they're looking for.
Well, I'm grateful for all the work that you're doing. And as a survivor, again, it's such a difficult situation. And we'll have more conversations about that, too, because I do think that there are people that need resources. I remember, I told you when I was door knocking, like you get the sense like women didn't even want to talk about who they were going to vote for, because you could tell, like, the fact that I was on their porch meant that they pulled Democratic. And I worried about putting women in danger, especially if the guy knows, because we had a guy like almost ripped the door off the hinges, keep this effing, like just yelling at us. And we had rung the bell because her name was on our walk sheet for the doorbells.
Yeah, we have to look at doing things a little
sensitively.
Also,
if you only see a woman's name, if you get the sense that there's, it's a family or whatever, I don't know. It's tough.
And that's why County Clerk Monica Gordon, she had representation there, because there's a lot of good ideas she has as far as how they can even help when it comes to
elections,
domestic violence and elections and birth certificates. If a victim has to leave their home at 2 a.m, leave all their documents, and the abusers get rid of everything, how do you help that victim get their documents? So she really has some great ideas as well. So like I said, everyone came together to the table, and we're ready to really make a difference. So it's very exciting.
That's awesome. Is there a way for folks to learn more? Like, is Women of the Badge?
Women of the Shield is a separate organization for helping young women looking to get into law enforcement. And they can go to womenoftheshield.org. And even if they decide to go into corrections, they can do that. But it's any field of law enforcement, federal, local, municipal. So we help them with that. So womenoftheshield.org. They can go visit. Mm-hmm.
See, we have a wide range of topics and issues that we discuss on the show. And I want to also, by the way, to that, thank our sponsors for making these conversations possible. Thank you to Pride Coffee Roasters. I received a text during the show. Carmen received a bag of the Haiti blend, but she does not have a grinder because I gave her. We brought you the whole bean.
But my husband is listening and was reminded to buy me one.
Well, also, Jackie says, please don't blend her coffee. I will grind it for her. She'll come to the show and grind it on the spot. Hydrating with a Patti special.
Thank you.
I will do the same.
I appreciate that.
So it's Pride Coffee Roasters. Go to pridecoffeeroasters.com. Their coffee is single bean origin and it's roasted to order. You can get a bean subscription, maybe pick up some gay swag and really enjoy some of their amazing coffee. I know Lady B, I think, has Peru. Carmen has the Haiti. I have another one. Hey, Jackie, I can't remember. I think I have. Do you have the banana? You have the banana nut? Is that?
Yeah,
that's. I think I've got one with caramel.
I smell it every morning, but I haven't got it.
You're like. Lady B is doing the kiss fingers.
Yeah,
loves it. She has the one with the Peru has the silky oats, the vanilla, I believe, right? And I can't remember the third. I don't have your mic on the board. Hold on, I gotta see if I can rotate this. Sit on this and rotate. Hold on, let me do this. I gotta figure this out. Oh, wait a second. Wait, why is that there? Hold on, give it a shot. Hey, Lady B.
Hi.
Hey. I don't know how
I
that
love
happened.
my coffee. I love my coffee.
Isn't that the best?
I tried others just to see.
Right.
Like, oh my God, I forgot my coffee. I was like, okay, let me stop by. No. No.
She's developed a much more sophisticated palate.
Well, there we go. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. It's the best. I love that. Thank you, Lady B. I can't believe I was able to get her microphone up. That was really weird. That's the fastest I've ever done that. We are hanging out and having these great conversations thanks to our sponsors. Like I said, pridecoffeeroasters.com. You can also visit source.solar to learn more about solar panels. I feel like you've benefited. Now we have to get and you've had Minneapolis Brewing Company.
I'm benefiting for everything. That's why I keep saying yes whenever you say you want to come on. I'm like, coffee, solar panels.
I gotta round up some more sponsors. What do you like to eat? I'll find a restaurant to be a sponsor of the show.
Listen, I am not picky.
We'll find somebody. I had great friends when I was in another radio station. A lot of people would bring their food there, like a lot of restaurants. My favorite was Knife and Tine, and they're no longer around. But the owner now is part owner of Patina in Park Ridge, and I believe the one in Mount Prospect as well. So that's and they have like a wine shop out in out way in the suburbs. So Patina, we can go to Patina Wine, and they've got great food.
I'm chuckling for those who don't think can't take my opinion. My husband just texted me, and he does have the basic law enforcement certification and is classified as police. And although we disagree on lots of things, this is not one of them.
I think it's funny that people want to call in and like with their phones and leave these messages or say these things. And when I've got law enforcement,
yeah, and it's just a conversation. We don't have to agree on everything, but I do remember my oath. Mm-hmm. I do know my constitutional amendments. I know what we swore to do, and what they're doing is not it. So regardless of your opinions on how this country should be run with certain things or certain policies, this is something.
Well, and what we are learning now, and this is what I thought all day, we didn't even know if she was a protester or if she was trying to get involved, or like, when people here have been, blocking ICE or trying to protect their neighbors, she may have just been somebody who like was panicked because she's like, oh my God, I'm in the middle of all these screaming men who are jumping out of their cars. She at one point you can see in one of the videos she's like trying to wave them around. Like, maybe she was just trying to make a U-turn, and these doofuses with their Timu police uniforms. And by the way, again, they're not even properly identified with their uniforms because it says police, not ICE. So they want to give people the impression they want to play big boy, like you guys.
Like what was the law enforcement action? Like, that's my thing. Because even when I say yes, they're even what was the law enforcement? What were they there for? And was what they were there for justify drawing your weapon and shooting someone? Because I can tell you, you're not going to get an officer who's going to pull you over for traffic and that gives them the right to pull out their gun and yank you out of the car and then shoot you. They're not. Even if you try to go away, I can run out of somebody's house and somebody can say, she just stole my bag of coffee, and I'm running down the street. And the cop responds, he can't shoot me while I'm running away because I just committed, because I stole somebody's bag of coffee. Like, there's laws.
And do officers generally put themselves in front of a car that's moving? She was moving.
Again, what was the reason for the interaction?
Right.
Like, I'm not going to, if she had a traffic or I was angry at her for doing something, that's not worth me jumping in front of her.
Right.
Car.
Why was he in front of her car? Is that training to get in front of the car? It doesn't seem like if you're trying
most
to...
people, I don't know, maybe I watch too many movies, but if I'm gunning for somebody,
right?
I'm going to give that
Why is
thing
he in
from
front
gas.
of the car? Why is he in front of the car? Is he trying to block her? Is he trying to...
Well, he already had his weapon drawn from all the videos show. He already had his weapon drawn. He stepped in front
what was the interaction? That's your question, yeah.
My question is, what was the interaction prior to that? And did he know what that was? Because if I'm afraid somebody's trying to run me over, I'm not going to pull my gun and jump in front of the car. Right? Like, that's not, so I don't know. That seems... Just nothing about that is, and again, the damage that's been done to the relationship between police and the community.
Right.
That's what these agents are doing.
Right.
They're making police work more difficult. And that's what I need other police officers to understand. I'm not anti-police. I am obviously pro-police.
I still want to ask any police officer, are they throwing their body in front of a car with their weapon drawn, not even knowing what the situation is? I was seriously. All right, let's take a break here because don't make me yell again, Lady B. Not you. You're not making me yell. Everybody. Hold on a second. Just one more time.
Nope.
No. Yeah, you're nope.
Nope.
More after this on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal, KKNW 1150 in Seattle, and KDNF Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Tom Hartman.
Autocrats generally, particularly those autocrats who have narcissistic personality disorder and are sociopaths, as is, in my opinion, Trump, typically do not tolerate high-profile people around them. They want to be the star of the show, and that's certainly been the history of Donald Trump. The only people that he will tolerate around him are people who, when he says, kiss my ass, they fall to their knees.
The Tom Hartman Radio Program, weekdays 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on WCPT 820, where facts matter.
This is your Veterans Minute on WCPT 820. Chicago's military roots run deep from Great Lakes, the Navy's only boot camp, to Memorial Day parades that have marched more than a century in this place. We're going to go over a couple of things that are free for veterans to do and good for veterans to know. Now, January 9th, there's the Veterans Coffee Break. Join Southside Strong at the Blue Door Neighborhood Center for coffee and connections. Network and meet some cool new people. Check out the Veterans Social Club to find out what's happening in your community today. They have events, free things for you to do, and much more. Yes and Adventures is putting on a spectacular comedy show at the Stars and Garters Club January 9th at 3:30. If you're a veteran or in support of veterans, go ahead and show up for an amazing show. Now this has been your Veteran Minute on WCPT 820.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
This is WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Patti Vasquez is taking your calls now.
We need to speak out about this.
at 773-763-9278.
Hello, hello.
It's Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us. You know, Carmen was just mentioning something about the community that she's in on Facebook, and I want to remind you guys that one of the ways you can stay with this community where you can have conversations, and not only on the radio, but our Facebook page for WCPT. We would love to have you join us there. We also have subscribers now. A subscription is just 99 cents a month, $1 a month to hang out with. We have some VIP behind the curtain content. We'll have some special offers for our subscribers. So visit us at WCPT, Chicago's Progressive Talk, and Heartland Signal on Facebook, and hit that subscribe button that everybody always says in their videos. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that subscribe button. Smash it. That was weird. I apologize. We also want to thank all of our advertisers, and you can also support our sponsors like Minneapolis Brewing Company, like David Hochberg, like Source Solar, like Minneapolis Brewing Company, like all the great sponsors we have here.
Yeah. They are great. I've enjoyed every single one of them.
I know.
Every single one of them.
I'm trying to remember all of it. We have a lot of sponsors too. Thank you to all of them. You go. By the way, go to the Heartland if you want to know who our sponsors are. Heartlandsignal.com. You can scroll down. You can see all the great sponsors that make sure that we not just keep the lights on. I was thinking about this. I think that AM radio and the job that we do here, especially because NPR is being defunded, this is like one of the few places we're free. Right. I mean, obviously, they can manipulate us with the FCC and intimidate us and things like that. But we don't know what's happening with social media, with Zuckerberg, with TikTok being owned by Peter Thiel. Now, I think it's Peter Thiel, like all these billionaires that now can manipulate. I mean, obviously, X. So AM radio might be one of the places that you want to return to. Tell your friends, like, we're the original social media and we're live. Join these conversations.
Yeah, join the communities.
Exactly. Like Roosevelt. Look, you get Roosevelt calling in. Right there you go. Hey, Roosevelt, like right on time. I love that. Like on cue. What's up?
Ladies, Carmen.
Hey,
Carmen.
Roosevelt.
Should I say it like that? Carmen.
Patti. Okay, here's my... Yeah. Here's my question, both of you. Okay, so all three of us are married to Anglos, right?
Look at Lady B.
It's so funny.
Where are we going with this? Yeah, I got an Irishman in my house.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So did you ladies ever think, that what happened today happened already in Chicago, only the man was Mexican in Franklin Park. Silverio, I think his name was Silverio Villegas Gonzalez.
Yeah, they said he was also threatening with his car. Right.
Right. So isn't that the same thing? So do you notice any similarities? It's basically the same thing. He tried to run over, or he did supposedly dragged ICE
that was
agent. Okay, so that's the common denominator, or that's the excuse for shooting them constantly. Doesn't that sound, Carmen? Doesn't that sound like what the certain police have done in the past with black people? I mean, we're afraid of our lives, so we shot the guy in the back. And there was an incident somewhere, I don't know if it was Kansas, okay? And coming back to what, I'm reaching here, Colin Kaepernick, when he took the knee, so he was in protest. So that means that people in the future that are going to be protesting, it doesn't matter if you're white now, because you could be eventually shot, like this lady. Now, coming and bringing the thing that I started with the fact that we're married to Anglo people, white people, there's nobody safe. So today, this thing that happened today, it hit home because my wife works downtown. This could happen to anybody.
Yep.
Now, of any color.
Yeah.
So did you ladies think about that today? I thought about it.
I only recently learned that she was a white woman who was possibly not even involved in trying to block ICE. She wasn't protesting. She got caught up. It was disoriented because there are all these, vehicles surrounding her. We don't even know what the situation. Because I had a friend who got caught up in one of these caravans, and he panicked. He's like, "Am I about to get, broadsided by this ICE vehicle?" But at any rate,
wasn't there a young lady that was killed, run over, and one of the protests down south, one of those red states?
That was the Jews Will Not Replace Us protest in West Virginia during Trump's first administration. Yeah, she was hit by a car that drove into the crowd of protesters who were there because they were taking down a Confederate soldier's statue, and the racists were upset. And but if we had just said, "Hey, that was a Democrat," because they always talk about how Democrats were the Confederates, then we should just say Democrat statue, which we also would want removed. Anyway, that's just something I thought of.
No, and that's the issue. We get that there's we said before, law enforcement local police municipalities have had to do a lot of work to right the wrongs and improve training and all that. And that's what I'm afraid of, is that all that work and all that we've been trying to do is going to be undone because of these agents. These agents have no one to answer to. Mm-hmm. They're not answering to the community that they're in. They're answering.
Carmen, I'm sorry. To your point, Carmen, I want to thank you for what you said at the beginning of the show, because partially you repeated what you said at the beginning. And I want to thank you that there are people that are offices that are supporting this stuff. So I want to thank you. And I think that's why you got that call you got at the beginning of, I think it was 6 o'clock when that knucklehead called in and was trying to question you like you were on a, where's your visit?
Yeah, I'm used to that. I get it. With all the organizations I'm a part of, there aren't a lot of, I do run into other, law enforcement professionals, police officers from different departments that don't agree with the way I see things. I don't agree with everything in the way they see things. And we have conversations, but they're conversations. And so.
And Carmen, I want to close it with this, ladies. I want to thank you. And we need to repeat that these people are not trained. They're acting on impulse. They're acting and then shoot first and making it fit in. In other words, the excuse. We don't even know who this guy is. Supposedly, from what I heard from different people on social media, they look Latino. So I don't know.
No, they go out with marching orders every day. That's all they need to know. They get told what they're supposed to go do, and that's it. No training.
Yep. Thanks, Roosevelt. I appreciate it.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Take care.
Have a good day.
I want to remind folks, by the way, just got a message. The Affordable Care Act subsidies, which was the genesis behind the government shutdown last year. Republicans Wednesday voted to advance a Democratic bill that would revive Obamacare subsidies that expired last year. House members voted 221 to 205, with all Democrats voting in favor. The House is set to vote on the final passage on Thursday. So call your Republican representatives, because this affects everybody. This is not a blue state, red state thing. I don't want people in Mississippi to lose their health care. I don't want people in Louisiana, in Texas. I want them all to have the safety of being able to go to the doctor. It's still very expensive, but I certainly don't want them to make the choices between their medication and their rent or their food or taking care of their kids. So call your Republican representatives, 202-224-3121. That's 202-224-3121, and demand they vote yes to extend the ACA tax credits. And I also want to remind folks, I'm going to be at Dino's Pizza with Hal Sparks. Not that it's something. I'm going to have pizza. We're doing a comedy show. We're doing Rage Comedy fundraiser with Hal Sparks, Dwayne Kennedy, Joe Kilgallen, Soli Santos, and I'll be emceeing, and that's on January 31st for Indivisible Elk Grove Township. So go to indivisibleegt.com for that.
I'll be there.
Yeah, they have the best barbecue.
I know. I go.
Come on now.
I go there.
That's so good. Thank you, sponsors. Pride Coffee Roasters, Source Solar, Monaco Brewing Company. Love you, Lady B. Bye, everyone.
Here's a tale of Tina searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till good RX wrote in, hey,